Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Air Foamposite Pros. So as you can see, it comes in your standard Nike sportswear box. Nothing too fancy here. Give you a quick look at the label. It's officially called the Air Foamposite Pro Premium Limited Edition. The pair I have here is a size 9.5 US. The colorway is forest and black. There's no suggested retail sticker on here, but I believe these retailed for $250 US, which is absolutely crazy. So I'll get these shoes out of the box for you really quickly so you can get a better look at them. This is the limited edition camo colorway that released, I want to say, about a month and a half now, and I didn't pick them up. I had really no intention of trying to camp out and get them. There's only one store in my area that got them, and I believe they only got a single size run. So I knew I didn't really have much of a chance to get a pair. And I only really wanted them if they were going to be in my size. In Canada, they actually retailed for $300 US, which is absolutely, actually I think more, $330 US they retailed for in Canada, which is absolutely crazy. And like I said, I didn't really have much of an intention of picking these guys up, but I managed to pick them up off some guy locally, and it ended up being under retail, brand new condition, so really can't complain, and I'm happy to have these shoes. I'm not a huge Foamposite guy, but whenever there's a camo pattern, camo to me is just the coolest thing, so I was really happy to get a pair of these. I have the Foamposite ones in the camo colorway, the fighter jet colorway if you want to call it that, that was released earlier in the year. I'll leave an annotation to that video if you want to check it out, but really happy to have gotten these for a decent price, because they are selling for some pretty crazy resale prices right now. I did pull off this little tab here if you guys are wondering why that's not there. For those of you guys that know what these are, basically it's a Volt tab here. You got your Nike logo, this kind of symbol right there. Basically the whole concept or the theme behind this particular shoe is they wanted to make a Nike Sportswear special ops shoe, or like a special edition, kind of like an army boot, but obviously it's a Foamposite Pro, and that's kind of the theme. That's the logo they gave for that particular squadron, or whatever you want to call it, I guess. I'm not really super into army stuff and know all the terms there. And of course it says Air Foamposite Pro there with kind of like a military looking logo at the bottom. Very, very cool little extra. Some people like to wear it with this on the shoe. That's not really my thing, so I pulled it off. And as you can see, this is a look at the shoe itself. It does have a more traditional camo pattern throughout, which personally I'm a big fan of. You got your dark green, your tan color, your brown, and of course your black. Very, very cool. And it's not a random pattern again. This pattern kind of mirrors itself on both shoes, as you guys can see. Which again, I think it would have been cooler if it was just a completely random pattern and no two shoes were the same. But again, that's just how they do it. I'm sure it's easier to do it this way, just for manufacturing purposes. It is that Foamposite material, which is just very, very unique. It kind of heat molds to your foot if you are wearing this for performance reasons. And you will notice that it does kind of break in after a couple hours of wear time just from heat. And it's really a unique material. This shoe originally released in 1997, and it kind of has a very spacey look about it, even by today's standards. This is one of those shoes that I think was way ahead of its time at its release, and even if this released today, I think a lot of people would be like, wow, this is completely different, totally unique to anything that we've ever seen before. And like I said, it's just a shoe that was ahead of its time. What's different about the Foamposite Pro to the Foamposite 1 is obviously it does have a Nike swoosh here on the outside. Basically, it's just a piece of plastic that's kind of just glued on. Obviously there is kind of a cutout in the Foamposite material itself that has this zigzag pattern for the Nike swoosh itself, and these could fall off, I guess, technically if you wore them long enough, but I don't really intend to wear them for performance reasons. And overall, definitely like the look of the Nike swoosh on this camo shoe. Normally I like the look of the Foamposite 1 without the swoosh, but on this camo pattern it does look really, really good with that swoosh on the outside. You do have your nubuck finish going around here with your Volt Nike swoosh accent right there. The Volt kind of line going up the tongue itself. The Air logo underneath there in a Volt color as well. The pull tab on the tongue does have your 2 Volt stripes. And then of course you have this kind of arrow logo on the pull tab at the back of the heel, as well as a stitched in Nike logo in Volt in black. Very, very cool. The laces themselves are black, as you can see. The heel liner on the inside is black, and then the insole itself is in that Volt yellow color with that same kind of eagle logo there at the base of the insole. Very, very cool addition. I believe both insoles are actually the same on the inside, just so you know. You do have this other little logo right there. Again, that's kind of like the code for your crew or your squadron for this kind of military theme there. And on the instep, you have your Pro 97, which kind of defines it's a code kind of defining the shoe itself. It's the Foamposite Pro, released originally in 1997. So cool little theme there. You do have your carbon fiber shank plate that is visible on the outside, as well as on the inside of the shoe. Basically, it's a piece of plastic with some carbon fiber overlaid. A lot of people like to think that it's really stiffened because of the carbon fiber, and to a certain extent it is, but for the most part it's the plastic that's providing most of the stiffness, and the carbon fiber is there mostly for looks. It's a very, very thin layer. A lot of companies tend to do this. And then of course you do have your gum sole, which personally I think looks absolutely amazing with the camo colors on the shoe itself. Really, really nice, and you don't have to worry about this particular colorway yellowing at all. It's going to age very, very well. There's no translucent outsole or anything like that. The pods with the herringbone are in black, as you can see, and then you have your Volt Nike swoosh right there, your Nike Zoom logos right there, and then there are little cutouts in the midfoot just so you can see that carbon fiber showing through the base of the sole itself. So overall, definitely a very unique and very cool looking shoe. Very limited apparently as well. I'm not sure how many places got these. Again, they're still selling for resale prices that are pretty high. I think somewhere around $450 I've seen a lot of them going for. But overall, just really happy to have gotten a pair at retail price. But that's enough about the unboxing. That's enough of the story. And we'll get on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the Foamposite Pros on feet. And overall, this is actually a very, very comfortable and just extremely good looking shoe in my opinion. Obviously, it's unique with that full camo print throughout, and the shoe itself just has a very spacey look overall. So it's not something you're going to wear every day, but as a shoe that you wear once in a while on special occasions, to me this is one of those shoes that I just definitely needed to have for myself, especially given that I'm just such a huge fan of camo prints on any shoe in general. As far as the overall sizing and fit of the shoe goes, they fit like any other pair of Foamposites. They definitely run true to size. They have a tighter fit from right out of the box. Again, the Foamposite material is designed to mold to your feet, so they will have that tighter fit, feel fairly stiff. And one thing to say about these is they feel extremely heavy. I don't know why that is, but they just have a lot of weight to them, which means that they're going to stand the test of time, which is always something that you want for pretty much any shoe. And as far as wearing these with a pair of shorts, they're basketball shoes. They look pretty good in my opinion, but to me this is something that I would probably wear with a pair of sweatpants, but maybe that's just me. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like with a pair of shorts. And move on next to what they look like with a pair of pants. Alright, here's a look at the Foamposite Pros on feet with a pair of pants. Personally, I would probably wear these with a pair of black sweatpants like I have on now. But if you did want to wear these with a pair of jeans or something like that, you definitely could get away with it, especially with this camo pattern. As complex and unique as it is, it still would look good with pretty much anything. That's just something that camo is really good at. I'm not sure why, but overall, just really like the look of these shoes. That's pretty much it as far as what they look like on feet, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Foamposite Pro Camo colorway. Really big fan of how this shoe looks. Love the camo print, love the gum sole, and overall the shoes themselves are actually very, very comfortable. Unfortunately, if you do want to get a pair of these for yourself, your best bet is going to be eBay, but you will end up paying over retail, making these a pretty pricey shoe at this point in time. But I'm sure there will be more Foamposite releases in the future. Probably no more camos for a little while since we've seen the Foamposite Pro as well as the Foamposite 1 released in camo colorways this year. But like I said, if you want a pair, eBay is your best bet. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. If you do want to see some high quality images of this shoe, be sure to check out the review page on my website, linked down below in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already. All of my social media links can be found down below in the description. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.